Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Coin Lady channel. The SEC is planning to sue Coinbase for their staking services, and they have also listed a number of cryptocurrencies that they believe are or may be securities. However, the SEC has refused to specify which assets are in question, leaving the question open as to whether or not XRP will soon be the only cryptocurrency Coinbase is permitted to list. Since at this time everything else is a big fat. In contrast, with regards to the SEC versus Ripple case, XRP may soon be the only cryptocurrency, at least the only large-cap cryptocurrency on the entire damn planet. Once the law is made clear, that could very well be the case. So keep that in mind. Consider how Coinbase worked. I'd say it was around 6 days after the lawsuit was dismissed in late 2020. They confirmed that trading would be suspended or delisted for XRP. However they chose to phrase it, it probably happened on January 19th. As near as I can tell, yes. Perhaps I'm wrong. However, the last XRP transaction took place on their platform weeks later in January, barring a future relisting. The very idea that they got rid of XRP is hilarious, though. Because of the SEC and now XRP, that was the only one they've ever removed from their platform. What happens with Judge Torres' ruling could determine whether or not XRP is the only cryptocurrency Coinbase can list without fear of legal repercussions. How quickly circumstances can change, Well, anyway, I'd like to pass along some advice from John Deaton, a solicitor. We'll cover it all, including the fact that he'll be publicly listing something from court on March 27th, which I'll bring up right at the beginning of the video. But before I go any further, let me make one thing crystal clear. I come from no financial or legal background. Do not buy or sell anything based on anything I say or write. I'm not a licensed attorney or financial advisor. Simply put, I'm a hobbyist who finds enjoyment in creating, sharing, and discussing videos on YouTube about various aspects of the cryptocurrency and blockchain industries. The question: did this pro-XRP lawyer's prediction just come true? In the crypto basic makes me happy, so that's good news. And, naturally, there's a photo of John Deaton on the big screen. The answer is yes, as I'm sure everyone in the XRP community is aware. John Deaton has been saying for a long time that he expected the SEC to sue a cryptocurrency exchange in the United States. And he said, "I don't know if it's Coinbase or Binance, but it's going to do it." It's possible that there are multiples of this. I just wanted to say that I appreciate how accurate John Deaton's prediction turned out to be. It's also encouraging to see this topic discussed in crypto-specific outlets. There's also this headline from the crypto world: Counsel for Ripple comments on the SEC's legal dispute with Coinbase. There's no need to click through to the article. Only this one existed. Stuart Alderoty, Ripple's chief legal counsel, has one brief comment to make. And he's exactly what he has written about. One man's enemy is another man's friend. Since the SEC is an adversary of both Ripple and Coinbase, it stands to reason that the two should now be the best of friends. Hence, it is undeniably true. And look, I'm glad to see that Coinbase already informed us of this impending, lawsuit happening yesterday thanks to a Wells notice. But look, maybe you guys missed this, so I'll mention it too. Just something to keep in mind if you aren't up to speed. There are enough people who agree with Kim Jong-Gensler for him to sue Coinbase. That means it is inevitable. I estimate the likelihood of this happening to be 99.999%. To put it simply, a Wells notice is just a letter that announces your intention to sue. That sums up the situation nicely. There will then be an opportunity to respond. When the SEC refuses to tell you where you're going wrong, it can be difficult to know how to defend yourself. In any case, it's encouraging to see Coinbase participate in the lawsuit over Ripple by filing an amicus brief. Even to their credit, they took action, though I believe they could have been more vocal. As you may be aware, the deadline for filing legal documents had passed, and 17 amicus briefs had submitted requests to do so. Furthermore, it appears that XRP is the only large-cap coin that Coinbase could legally list without risking legal action. I think I got sidetracked because someone started calling my name. Please accept my gratitude. Possible spam. Furthermore, once we wrap up this case with the SEC, Ripple, it could provide some serious ammunition for Coinbase. Still, this is incredible. Do any of you know who John Reed Stark is? Several times on my channel, I've featured him. He's one of the rare ex-SEC employees who believes that the agency's policies and procedures are sound. Not everything, but he does have a good handle on cryptography. When it comes to matters of crypto, SEC always knows best. To put it simply, he is. It just doesn't add up. It defies logic and reason. It's unusual for someone to leave the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) and keep believing the same things that the SEC advocates for once outside of the agency. This is especially true for a professional in a legal field. You can only trust the arguments made at the SEC. The moment they leave, however, they either become silent or change their song. Isn't it interesting how things work out like that? John Reed Stark, however, related an account of Coinbase getting their Wells notice. As he predicted, the US SEC plans to file charges against Coinbase over the digital assets it lists on its platform, as well as its staking and wallet services. Coinbase, in my opinion, presents a veritable driver's ed film of securities violations, which is hardly surprising. Are you sure about that? A securities fraud film as instructive as a driver's ed movie. But then, to my delight, Solicitor John Deaton shot back, saying, "John, you cannot have this position unless you are also willing to blame the SEC itself for granting an IPO. These resources did not suddenly become securities 2 years ago. Since the IPO, the United States cannot continue to have a system in which we are forced to guess who the new chairman will be every time one is appointed. This is so on the money they'll even bold it. To be honest, I don't even want to read the story." The other major development in the security sector to emerge yesterday was, well, here's the headline. With the SEC filing suit against Justin Sun, BitBoy, Tron TRX may end up like XRP. As a result, they agreed with his analysis. Lots of you probably already know this, but the SEC is prosecuting Justin Sun and the celebrities who were allegedly paid to promote his scheme, including Lindsay Lohan and Jake Paul. Also, there are numerous rap artists, including Soulja Boy and the like. The SEC's attack on Ripple is an attack on XRP holders, and I'm just sitting here because, as I've said many times before, that makes me angry as hell. You know what happened to the XRP price in 2020 after that. Despite this, I maintain my belief that the XRP price is being kept artificially low. But as I've said many times before, my worries aren't limited to just that one instance. I'm still concerned about the rest of my cryptocurrency. When the SEC cracks down on one cryptocurrency, what happens to the others? The flavor is too pleasing. I have some Tron in my possession. It's not a huge sum, but I've had it since either November or December of 2017, that's well over half a decade. I like to look at things for the long term, so this is fascinating. That was the case when the news first came out the day before. It displays clearly on the monitor. Here is a chart showing the price of Tron over the course of 7 days. However, it's a sheer drop off the edge of a cliff. Interestingly, it appears to have almost fully recovered. But I still don't like it when the SEC decides my fate. Definitely not. What I want is for cryptocurrencies to compete in a truly free market. That's about all there is to see here. Is it too much to expect that? In my opinion. Not the fact that many cryptocurrencies won't be widely used in the future is the biggest danger to my crypto portfolio, although I admit that this is likely. The government here in the United States is, in my opinion, the greatest danger I face. The SEC squanders the chance and exports innovation. To me, it looks like that. Even more alarming is a tweet from Bitcoin magazine earlier today, which reported on a new SEC warning that some firms providing crypto asset investments or services may be in violation of federal securities laws. Good times, good times. So, Attorney Deaton retweeted it, saying that such tactics only harm the public and benefit the incumbents. An inventory of economic holdings like stocks and bonds. Keep in mind that the following are not covered by the Securities Act of 1934. The virtual token. Numerical code used in computer programs. Investment contract is the correct term to use here. This is why the Howey test is so commonly discussed. I'm in the 76th year since Howie's verdict. The SEC cannot point to a single case in which a previously sold investment contract was deemed to be an investment contract again upon resale. The Howie Company transferred ownership of its orange groves and associated service contracts to a third-party investor. That outright deal was a financial investment. I did not acquire an investment contract, also known as a security, if the Howie investor resold the orange groves to me without disclosing any information about the Howie Company or the circumstances surrounding the initial sale. When I make a purchase of Bitcoin, XRP, or ETH through COINBASE, I'm not putting my financial well-being in the hands of Satoshi Nakamoto, Brad Garlinghouse, Vitalik Buterin, or Coinbase. Staking off of Coinbase in order to earn rewards is a step closer, but I still don't think it passes the test. So, in that respect, I agree with him wholeheartedly. There was also this lawyer. Deaton posted this only a few hours ago on Twitter. Currently, I'm perusing the transcript of the library hearing in which I testified on Naomi Brockwell's behalf as an amicus curiae. I pointed out to the judge that she had repeatedly echoed the word clarity 16 times total. The SEC's injunction application at issue addressed the conduct of all parties acting in concert. I argued that the SEC would likely argue that the injunction applied to all LBC holders who received LBC from the library because the language was so general and ambiguous. When I made that point, I brought Lewis Cohen into it. Okay, let me see if I can find the tag. Yeah, Attorney Lewis Cohen. That wit, Lewis Cohen. Before I even submitted my brief, the judge informed me that he had read Solicitor Lewis Cohen's lengthy article, which I had included as an exhibit in its entirety. The credit goes to Lewis. The massive article was titled The Inevitable Modality of Crypto or Digital Assets or words to that effect, so that's definitely something that will have an impact. And it was more than 100 pages long, at least. I've referenced it several times on the channel. It argues that secondary market sales are not investment contracts despite what you might read in the securities law books dating back at least 40 seconds. If you're referring to that, then the investment contract itself is the asset. In this respect, you're bucking conventional wisdom. If you're indeed a judge advocating such a position, you will go down in history as the first judge in all of humankind to make such a claim. What kind of judge would want to do that, anyway? But what happens if you appeal that decision? What occurs? This means that even if a case makes it all the way to the Supreme Court from a lower court, it will be rejected. A lot of this is going to play out over a long period of time, maybe even decades. The good news for XRP investors is that the SEC Ripple lawsuit may be resolved sooner. Keep your fingers crossed, appeals are an option. However, there is a chance that this can be resolved quickly. On March 27, legal counsel Deaton also wrote, I will publish the transcript from the November 21, 2022 library hearing. I'll be happy to go over those two things when the video is released on March 27. I was discussing them outside of the video. And he says, number one, the public will become even more outraged compared to the SEC, which are words Jeremy Kaufman reportedly said to the judge. Of course, the pioneer of the library will bring attention to the difficulties faced by the American blockchain pioneer. I would love to share the transcript from the hearing I was a part of on January 30, but unfortunately, local regulations prevent me from doing so before the March 27 deadline. However, once we do receive the transcript, I will be happy to review it and create a video covering the proceedings. But I've been wondering for a while now, what exactly is inside? So, we shall see. Okay then. Just the thought that this is actually taking place is strange. And so, I still fully back Coinbase on this particular issue. Specifically, I'm disgusted by the way they have treated the XRP community by withholding airdrops from holders who are legally entitled to receive Flare airdrops. However, we must show unity in response to the SEC's action. I plan to keep doing that in this location. But, hey, have a look at how this lawsuit started. It's highly likely. They haven't even technically filed the damn thing yet. This could go on with Coinbase for a long time. Meanwhile, I'm crossing my fingers that XRP gets listed sooner rather than later. Plus, if we get a good ruling, Coinbase would be wise to relist XRP if only to maintain some semblance of consistency. So, we shall see. In terms of money, I'm not an expert. Nothing I say or write should be used as a basis for making financial decisions. In the end, please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.